What's up everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video I am sharing with you how I made this cute pink witch hat for my daughter's door. So I got my items from the Dollar Tree and Hobby Lobby. So I found this little witch's hat from the Dollar Tree and knew I could just remove the tinsel and take yarn and wrap around it. I got my yarn from Hobby Lobby. The pink fluffy one was on sale and the white one I believe was on sale too. So first I started taking the tinsel off the witch's hat just so I could have the frame. Once you removed all that tinsel garland from the hat, you're left with the frame, and then you're going to take your yarn and just start wrapping around the witch's hat. There's no wrong way of wrapping the yarn around the hat. It's super simple. I just made sure to cover every little marking of the hat, so no black showing. If you don't have this little hat from Dollar Tree, you can also just take cardboard and cut out a witch's hat and wrap it around that way as well. I originally was going to do that, and then I saw this witch hat at the Dollar Tree. So once you get to the very bottom of the witch hat, you just cut the yarn, and then I end up taking hot glue and gluing it so I made sure it stayed in place. Next, you're going to take your yarn and do the bottom portion of the witch's hat. Now, this part I had a little bit of a hard time with because I realized I should have done this first and then do the top portion of the hat, but I made it work. When I have to do the bottom portion, I have to basically weave the yarn through the top portion, and it was a little hard because this yarn likes to stick to everything. But like I said, I made it work, but next time I know to do the bottom portion first. And when I say next time, I got a second hat because I want to make a Santa hat for Christmas time. Once I finished the bottom portion, I cut the yarn and again took hot glue and glued it down so everything stayed in place. Now I'm taking my second yarn and going ahead and wrap it around the witch's hat. Now, if you don't want the second color and you want to just stop after you did the first one, then that's totally fine. But I wanted to add a little bit of a pop to the witch's hat, and so that's why I'm adding the white yarn. I also only added the yarn on the top portion of the witch's hat, and then on the very back I just tied it in a knot, and then at the very top of the witch's hat I did the same, and then I hot glued it so it stayed in place. Next, we'll go ahead and make a little pom-pom fluff ball, whatever you want to call it, for the bottom of the witch's hat. And I found on Pinterest on how to make it. I actually ended up making two because the first one I made, I kind of messed up on it because I didn't tie it tight enough. So right here, you slide off your hand after wrapping it around your hand. I think I did 100 times to make sure to get the size I wanted. So then you're going to take another piece of yarn, cut that, and then you're going to tie it around your little yarn ball and tie that in a knot. Once you tie a knot on that side, flip your little ball over and then tie a knot on the opposite side. So that way everything stays in place and does not get loose when you cut the sides. Right here you can see I made a smaller one and it looks way better than the first one I made. Then I just took hot glue and glued it onto the hat to where I thought would look best. There you have it. That's how I made the witch's hat for my daughter's door. Super fun and easy, and I absolutely love how it turned out. Be sure to give the video a thumbs up and leave us comments down below, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!